Welcome everyone to our ongoing series where we unravel the mysteries of Lao Jun's inner observation scripture, or 太上老君内观经. In our previous episode, we explored two fundamental systems that the Tao differentiates. On one hand, there is the system of ignorance, the shadow world we live in, driven by transient karma forces. On the other hand, there is the system of the luminous conduct, the eternal, unchanging essence of the Tao that forms the core of enlightened existence. The luminous conduct system represents that which is timeless and indestructible, the state of those who have transcended ordinary life. Although our language can capture only a fraction of this cosmic truth, much like the modern science has only explained a small part of the universe, it still doesn't diminish the vast mysteries that remains. To explore the system of the luminous conduct, our perception and thought structures are simply different. Our world and the luminous conduct system runs parallel, never intersecting. Yet, great sages such as Lao Tzu, Jesus, Buddha, and various masters have descended to earth, driven by the profound love and compassion, a union vibration of the Tao, to try to awaken the humankind caught in the endless cycle of the system of ignorance. They came here to guide us, to show us that what we did in the past echoes in our present, and that only by awakening we can change our path and break free from the karmic constraints. Today, we turn our attention to the next passage of the inner observation scripture, a passage that reveals how life itself comes into being. It asks the essential question: what is human being? How do we originate? The text reads, "Through the union of father and mother, a person receives life. In the first month, the embryo forms as essence and blood coagulate. In the second month, the fetus takes shape, showing the signs of early development. In the third month, the young spirit emerges as the three souls initiating movement and life. In the fourth month, the in-spirit manifests as the seven corporeal souls, stabilizing and anchoring the form." The passage continues through the 4th to the 10th months, describing further refinement of the embryo. But today, we're going to focus on these early foundational stages. This poetic roadmap details the embryonic development, weaving physical process with profound metaphysical insights. It presents the Daoist view that life emerges from a sacred union of material, energetic, and spiritual element, a union we call the three-in-one principle. According to the traditional Daoist theory, the formation of a fertilized egg is not merely a mechanical event. Rather, it is a confluence of three essential components: the Jing, the male essence, the active vital substance found in the sperm, 血, the female substance, the foundational life force that presents in the egg or the menstrual blood. And the third one is 中阴身, or the primal spirit, 元神, the consciousness body or spirit, what Daoist describes as the higher dimensional spirit body that animates the physical form. When these three components merges, they form the embryo, a unified product of essence, blood, and spirit. In this view, life is not merely physical. It is the synthesis of form or matter, 物质, energy, 气, and spirit, 神. The core of this principle is the idea that while the parents provide the material ingredients, without the infusion of a higher consciousness, what we know as the descendant of the original spirit, the fertilized egg could not develop. Just as the body ceases to function when the soul departs at death, the presence of this higher guiding consciousness, it is what ignites life. Let's explore the embryonic development stages. The inner observation scripture, what we just reviewed together, outlines a series of developmental stages. During the first month, the embryo is referred to as Bao. This is the stage where the male essence, the sperm, and the female substance, the egg, condense together, forming the nascent structure of life. Even at this earliest moment, the higher consciousness begins its subtle integration, igniting the spark of existence, much like the zygote formation observed in modern embryology, or as yin-yang symbols. The yang aspect is the matter substance produced from the parents, and the yin aspect is coming from the consciousness. The second month, Tai. By the second month, the embryo is known as Tai in Chinese, indicating that the rudimentary form is merging. This phase is comparable to the period of rapid cell division and early differentiation in modern science, where the embryo starts to take on the recognizable structure, hinting at the eventual shape of human body. The imprint of the spiritual energy now begins to guide the developmental blueprint. The third month, the young spirit merges as the three souls. In the third month, a pivotal transformation occurs. The young spirit, or Yangshen, the active dynamic force of life, manifests and gives rise to the three souls. In Daoist thought, the spirit that exists before birth is known as Yuanshen, or the original spirit, and in Buddhist term is the bridal body. And to be clear, the original spirit could be referred to many different aspects in different cultivation contexts. In this case, we refer to the original spirit that descends into the body. This spirit becomes active and is called the young spirit. Here, our physical body represents the young. When the primordial spirit comes down into the body, it becomes the young spirit because it infused with the physical. When the primordial spirit transforms into the young spirit, it divides into three souls, which are further categorized into first, the heavenly soul, representing our true nature, our essence, our innate connection to the universal truth, and the transcendent. The second one, the earthly soul. The earthly soul reflecting our engagement of the physical world. But this world is a shadow or a projection of the heavenly souls onto the earthly plane. Much like the patterns what we discussed in previous episode, the Plato's cave, or the simulated reality of the Matrix. The earthly soul is not the ultimate truth. It is only an echo, a projection of the higher self onto the physical realm. To clarify this, let's consider this. When you see me, you might think you see the real me. But is this truly who I am? Is it my hair or my face, all that defines me? Can you see my soul, my true essence, my past, present, and future incarnations? So what you see is only the image formed when the light is reflected into your eyes, a mere illusion. We cannot see the underlying truth. Our perception is forever limited by our earthly senses. We see only a processed version of reality, not the ultimate form, or our Tao body. The third one, the human soul, governing our ability to think and interact with society. This aspect eventually subdives into what Daoist teaching refers to the seven corporeal souls, 七魄, the aspect of souls that merges and regulates the operation of our physical body, corresponding to the seven major energy centers or chakras in the body. Therefore, these three souls mark the moment when the embryo is truly emanated by life, the moments that modern science recognizes as an onset or fetal movement and significant organ development. Integrating Daoist wisdom and the modern science, while our language here is steeped in rich metaphors, many parallels exist with modern embryology. The ancient idea of essence and blood formation aligns with the scientific process of fertilization, and the embryonic division mirrors cell division. The significant difference, however, is the Daoist emphasis on the consciousness, the belief that a higher spirit plays a crucial role in guiding the formation of life. This idealistic perspective reminds us that our existence is not merely a physical process, but also a profound interplay of energy and spirit. It is also important to recognize that Tao itself originates from nature. In fact, the natural world and natural science. Taoism offers a complete and systematic method for understanding nature, which we might call the inner-seeking method. When the ordinary people train using these Daoist techniques, their perceptual and cognitive abilities are fundamentally enhanced, leading to a transformative shift in how they understand the world. This inner cultivation deepens self-awareness and allows one to perceive the universe as an interconnected whole. In summary, the 3-in-1 principle of the inner observation scripture, or Neiguan Jing, presents a holistic view of the origin of life. It teaches us that life is born from the fusion of material elements, the yang aspect, and the higher consciousness, the original spirit, the yin aspect, resulting an embryo that embodies form, energy, and spirit. This perspective invites us to see that our destiny is shaped by a dynamic interplay of these three forces. Thank you for joining me in this comprehensive exploration of life's inception as described in the inner observation scripture. I hope this lesson has provided you with a vivid, resonant understanding of how ancient Taoist wisdom explains the miraculous beginning of life. Stay in tune for our next episode, where we continue to unlock these timeless truths and explore practical ways to transform our lives from within. Enjoy your journey towards deeper insight, inner harmony, and true transformation. Bye-bye.